and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Central Europe. I hope everybody has had a good week and is looking forward to a fantastic weekend. Welcome, Jainil. Good to see a member already in the class, ready to learn. This is a members chat class. Of course, everybody is welcome to watch. To become a member of the channel, just click the join button next to the subscribe button on our channel page. Hi, Abhishek. Hi, Carolina. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS success, check us out there. And for the general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. That's generalieltshelp.com. On both of our websites, we have lots and lots of help for you to improve your English, your communication, and really get those high band scores. This is a speaking class today. It's speaking part 2, the long part, the cue card. Hi, Maksud. See, you've just joined up again. And I'm going to discuss how to plan for a good answer and how to give a good answer, especially focusing on describing people. So I'm sure, as many of you can predict, this topic or category will be a person. And if I had to say, it's probably the most popular category talking about a person, but definitely the other categories of objects, events, and so on are very popular as well. So as a speaking class, make sure to speak today. Okay, lots of speaking, lots of repetition. Take this opportunity to get in your practice for sure. Okay, and if you have questions about our websites, our products, our apps, our exams, or about the exam, the IELTS, just send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. Hi, Bekjan. Hi, Bavik. Nice to see you in class. Hi, Sammy. Okay, and after this class, in about 90 minutes, we will have another reading class where everybody will be able to join the reading today. I'll quickly show you our websites. This is the academic website here at aehelp.com. You can click that big red button to join. You can find other students and speaking partners in the website as well in your My Student account. And you can do the same for general IELTS. This is the gieltshelp.com website with the green background, and you can click that big red button there to join. Okay, let's do this. Let's take a look at today's question. Here we go. So, step number 1 when you get to this part of the speaking. So the speaking interview has 3 parts, and after part 1, the kind of simpler general questions about you, they will say, okay, now that's the end of part 1. For part 2, here's a card with some questions. Here's some note paper. Here's a pencil. You will have 1 minute to look at the questions, think about your answers, take notes in the 1 minute if you wish, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. Make sure to practice this timing at home so you're really comfortable with the 1 minute prep time, 2 minute speaking time. Okay? And Carolina says, well, first step is always to read the question carefully. And, you know, it kind of sounds funny, and some of you might be thinking, wow, it's getting really redundant to hear Adrian say that, to read the question carefully. But when you are actually in the situation and you're in your speaking exam, especially if you haven't done the official test before, it's really easy to get nervous and to rush through the question without paying enough attention to what the question's actually asking you. So definitely slow yourself down in the first couple seconds. Okay? Yeah, it's my daughter. She's a cutie. Yeah, so slow yourself down, just like what the camera did. Took a moment, took a breather, and then really pay attention to the question. Okay, so really focus in on that question. Okay, here we go. Read this with me. So describe A salesperson. Salesperson is one word in English. So describe a salesperson you had a positive shopping experience with. Okay. Oh, says, yeah, she looks like me. Thanks, Ois. All right. And then, so one more time. Describe a salesperson you had a positive shopping experience with. Past tense, positive experience, salesperson, man or a woman. Okay? Right away, you should be focusing in on those concepts. Okay? You should say, who is this person? What did you buy from him or her? Why was this shopping experience positive? So what made it a positive experience? So obviously you get a feeling of an event here as well, but the focus is on the person. So it's person primary, event secondary. Okay? And then what was this salesperson's personality like? And will you buy products or services from them again in the future? Okay, so you have to make sure to cover all of these questions. Now, your goal always, students, and I want to keep reminding everyone because I see often this is not happening when I'm doing interviews for the IELTS. Make sure to cover these in 90 seconds. Okay? So this section is 1 to 2 minutes, depending on your fluency and your original language and the new information that you provide. So not all examiners will let you talk for the full 120 seconds. Some of them might cut you short, depending on what they're thinking about your speaking or what you're saying. If you keep repeating at 30 seconds, I'll explain this a little bit more clearly. So if at, let's say, 45 seconds, you just, 45%, I don't know why I wrote that, 45 seconds. So 45 seconds into the speaking, let's just imagine for a second that you keep repeating. So Sarah was really nice and made the experience pleasant. Okay. So at 45 seconds, you get to this kind of question, you're answering it, and you say, yeah, so Sarah was really nice, and this made the experience really pleasant. I was really happy about the shopping because Sarah was just so kind and so generous, and she was always smiling, so I was feeling really good about this experience. I was just really happy that I had a chance to buy this car from Sarah because, yeah, she was just such a super person. So I'm really just now stuck on this same idea, and I'm like a rotisserie chicken on a skewer rolling around in the same answer and in the same idea. And this is when IELTS examiners, if they really feel like, oh, there's nothing new coming, why, I don't want to waste another 30 seconds listening to how Sarah was a really nice person and it made the experience really good, then they'll just cut you off and they'll say, okay, that's the end of part 2. Let's continue with part 3. Or if you stop talking, obviously they will say, okay, they'll count, maybe do a 5 count in their head. They'll do like a 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000. And if there's no new information, no sound coming from you, they'll interrupt you. Okay? Does that make sense? So this is why it's really important to give novel information throughout your speaking, okay? And that's why you want to look at the card. This is where you'd want to look at the card and then shift into another answer, okay? It's very common that this happens in this part where students get stuck on one of these answers, they don't cover the last question, and then they get stopped before their time is up. Okay, don't let that happen to you, all right? Okay, so really emphasize. It's a very, very common mistake. Okay, so we've read the questions. I'm sure you've all read them twice now. Okay. Babik says, in section 2, it's very difficult to predict when 2 minutes will be over. Yeah, Bhavik, what you need to do, okay, is you need to, just like with task 2 where you figure out your 250 word limit. So I think Bhavik's making a good point. Bhavik's saying like, well, how do you know when your 2 minutes is up? Okay. Right? So how do you know that? Okay. And that's a good question. Okay. So how can I practice being within the 2 minutes? I think that's a good question. Okay, so Bhavik, here's my answer for you. All right, this is what you need to do before your IELTS exam. Okay, so before your IELTS exam, practice. Shouldn't do that. Okay, so before your IELTS exam, practice answering part 2 questions and record your answer on your phone. Okay, so this is going to be, it's going to be interesting. You're going to see what's going on here in a second. So record your answer on the phone. Then play back the recording and transcribe it onto paper until the 2 minute mark. Okay, now going back to this first step here, practice answering part 2 questions and record your answer on the phone. Talk for at least 3 minutes. Okay, so just keep talking. Okay, so look at a cue card. You're at home, you're at your study desk. Look at a cue card. Plan for a minute. That you can check. There's a stopwatch. Okay, so check the stopwatch. Then start talking. Okay, don't look at the clock. Don't look at the watch. Just keep talking. Talk for at least 3 minutes. Okay, what seems like 3-4 minutes. And then stop. Stop the recording. Then go back, rewind, play the recording, and transcribe it. Even type it out onto the computer. This will help you catch a lot of your mistakes and where the language is awkward. And then take notice of where the recording reaches exactly 2 minutes and look at how much you've written. Okay? Do this 2 or 3 times and your brain will really lock in how much information you can get out in that 2 minutes with your fluency, with your thinking, with your style of speech, your diction. So you'll get a very clear estimate and your brain will be quite accurate after 3 or 4 of these to produce the optimal amount of information within that 2 minutes. Does that make sense? So does that exercise make sense? Okay, so do this 3-4 times and your brain will register the 2 minute frame. Okay. Also read back what you have written or transcribed. Okay. It's a good kind of practice. All right. Okay. And of course, try it with new cards every time. So it's new information every time, because if you're preparing, then you're going to be faster, right? All right. So let's get to it. Okay, we've read the questions. We need to identify the topic, the category, and the tenses, the time frame here. Okay. Yeah, and Sammy's come up with this clever mnemonic device, this acronym PEPIO, PEPIO, we can call it. Okay. Sammy even wrote me an email to introduce this PEPIO. So take note of this. Okay, this is how you can remember the possible categories: person, event, place, idea, or object. Okay, so it's going to be one of these or a combination of these, and the acronym here is PEPIO. Okay, PEPIO. All right, thank you, Sammy, for introducing that mnemonic acronym. Okay, so here we're talking about a person. Okay, in this example, it's a person, and the secondary here, a little bit of secondary is an event. Okay, but it's mostly focusing on the person, on the salesperson. That's clearly the target here. Okay, and the tense, as let's see, Abhishek is correctly identified. It's mostly past with some future. Yeah, very good, Abhishek. You caught that, right? So as soon as you see that will appear, you have to remember that, okay, I got to use a little bit of future tense here at about the 80-second, 70-second mark to talk about that answer. Okay? All right. So mostly past with some future. All right. So here we have to think about a person. So let's think about 3 ideas for a person. Now this might be tricky. So it might be actually quite difficult to think of a positive purchasing experience that you can actually recall in this short time. So you might have to make this up. Okay. Now, when we're talking about a person, yeah, we're going to have to talk about their appearance. Okay. Their personality backed up by actions. It's going to be very important in this case. Okay. All right. So, yeah, actions and then activities, of course. Actions and activities are kind of synonymous, so I'm just going to leave that as actions. Okay, so think of 2 to 3 ideas. So 2 to 3 ideas of a salesperson that you can talk about, imagine, or make up. It should be, of course, easy and original. Okay, so your 1 minute. Okay, so Carolina says, bought my car. So car salesman, it's actually called a car salesman. Okay, or saleswoman. So car salesman, yeah. Salesperson at Apple, John. Okay, good. Okay. Oa says, makeup, saleswoman. In the makeup department, sure. Okay. Very good, Hassan. So, Michael, the real estate agent. Clever thinking, Hassan. Okay. Victor says salesperson Anton, Samsung phone. Okay. All right. Good. David Valencia, very good. That one's a good one too. I like it. I'm going to throw that one up there. So let's call this one Bill. Salesperson at mattress shop. All right, we have a good collection. I love how fast many of you are getting now at coming up with these ideas. Practice makes perfect, right? So Rajveer, smart TV at the electronics shop. That's a very good one too. So you're coming up with some clever ideas. You're coming up with them fast, and that's great. Okay, that's really going to give you an advantage for getting a high band score. So let's number these and then let's take a vote. Now keep thinking, okay? Our votes should kind of be lining up here as well. Because if you're thinking original and easy to talk about, then I think a couple here are really good choices. So car salesman is 1, sales rep at Apple is 2, saleswoman for makeup is 3, Michael the real estate agent is 4, Anton for the new smartphone is going to be 5, and Bill, the salesperson for the mattress, is going to be 6. So let's take a vote for original and easy to talk about. Okay, Beckjohn says 2. Janelle says 5. Let's see if we start getting some kind of uniformity here or some kind of agreement. Which one do you think is fairly easy to talk about? Okay. Which one of these do you think the least number of people would choose in the IELTS? So let's say that same day 100 candidates go in to do their speaking interview. Which one of these topics do you think would be the least popular? Can you answer that one for me? Because I think I'm seeing a lot of different answers, and I'm not sure if we're thinking about this the right way. So David says maybe 3 or 6. Okay, so David says this one would be maybe the most unique, or this one would be the most unique out of the 100 people. Okay. Yeah, and Carolina agrees as well. Okay, so good. All right, so let's do this. Let's start with the concept of unique. Now, which one do you think would be the easiest to talk about, where you can talk lots about it? The makeup or the mattress? So which one's easier? Okay, 3 or 6? Which one's easier? Mattress or makeup? It probably depends a bit. I think for women, for most women, the makeup would be easier to talk about. For men, that might be a little bit more challenging. But if we're looking at the population as a whole, so not separating genders, men and women, I would say, yeah, and David says as a man, 6, haha. Yeah, so I would say a mattress is probably easier to talk about. Again, especially because there are probably a lot of very specific words in both cases, but especially with makeup, you're going to get into some really specific vocabulary with eyeliners and lipstick and eyeshadow liners, or I can't talk about it. I myself wouldn't choose that. But anyway, so this is probably easier. Okay. Making your choice, think about it like this. If I were looking at this list here and I wanted to choose the best options, I would probably say that mattress shop is definitely a good for number 1, and the real estate agent is good for number 2. Real estate agent is probably a little bit less unique, but if you have the vocabulary to talk about house sales or apartment sales, I think that could be a really good one. It's full of information. Okay, there's a lot of steps in the process of buying a home. So when you buy a home, and Carolina, I think that's what you were thinking with the car salesman too, is these are big purchases. So buying a car, buying a house, those are big purchases. So there's a lot of information there, right? That's another important point to think about, is the volume of information. And here you have a great volume of information. The one problem with car salesmen is that it's really popular. I think there's going to be a lot of students that day who get this question that will talk about buying a car and their experience with the car salesman. So you're not going to be original, right? With the real estate agent, again, there's a lot of information there. It's a little bit more original, for sure. Perhaps even too much information for a 2-minute little speech, okay? So I think a mattress is absolutely a good idea, okay? All right? So let's do that. Let's pick mattress, okay? It's unique. It's easy to talk about. And there's a good chance you're going to get a really high score, okay? So I thought about which one was unique, which one was a little bit easier to talk about, okay? So let's talk about Bill, the mattress salesman. Okay. All right, so we've picked this. Now we can come up with some notes. Okay, useful notes. Okay. All right. Abhishek says, Sleep Well Mattress, the name of the store. Yeah, one big one in Canada is Sleep Country. Okay, but Sleep Well. Yeah, Canada one is called Sleep Country. Sleep Country, Canada. Okay, I'm not going to sing their jingle, but they've done a good job of advertising and getting their jingle stuck in my head. Sleep Country Mattress. Okay, so good. The name of the person, Bill. Okay, follow the strategy, follow the structure. So primary is person, so start with the person. Okay, start with the person, not the mattress. Okay, so remember, strategy is so important here. So first we want to talk about the person, immediately introduce what they look like, and immediately maybe give a little bit of the personality and the action. Okay, so tall, slender man. Okay. Yeah, tall people definitely know a lot about mattresses because they have difficulty finding comfortable mattresses. Okay, around 30. Yeah. Okay, and we don't need lots of info here. Dark hair, blue eyes, sure. Okay, so we don't need lots there. Okay, now give me a personality and an action that could work very quickly from the beginning. Okay, so Carolina says kind, showed me a catalog. Okay, all right. Carolina, instead of kind, what would be a better word? Okay. Maksud says courteous, diligent, and funny. Right, but you always have to back each one of those up with an action, right? So Maksud, let's take the word courteous, okay, and back it up with an action. So what would be, I really want to train your thinking to think personality, action, visualize the situation. You're going to the mattress shop, right? So how would you back up the concept of courteous with an action right away? Okay. Just visualize the mattress shop, okay? And I'm sure this is, yeah, Carolina, helpful would be the better word. Helpful, okay? Got a missing F, but yeah, you got the better word for your previous one, okay? Rajveer says, energetic, quickly showed me 5 mattresses. Good, Rajveer, that's what we're looking for. Okay, that'll come a little bit later. So yeah, enthusiastic, quickly showed me 5 mattresses. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Courteous. What would be something that you visualize with courteous? Okay. Maksud, not necessarily a polite way, but I would say courteous. Opened the door. Anybody have that come to their mind visually? You're going to this mattress store, you're about to push the door, and there's Big Bill opening up the door. Welcome, come on in. Can I grab you a cup of coffee or a tea? Okay. All right. Abhishek, he asked the requirements of the mattress. So what would you say that would be for a personality? Okay. All right. So when somebody asks you, what do you feel is the right mattress for you? Then what kind of personality is that showing? So this is kind of in reverse here. Okay, so okay, what kind of mattress do you like? What type of personality does that show when somebody asks a question like that? Knowledgeable, smart is okay, but I think that's that's going to be different. So if they have a lot of knowledge about individually wrapped coils, or high coil count, or that's right for Dobbs. Very good. Empathy, empathetic. That's what I was looking for. I knew somebody would get it. Yeah, so when somebody cares about what you like, what you think about, they're empathetic. Okay? All right, so we have some notes here for the personality. Remember, 2 minutes, you can go through a lot of different ideas, but it's not that much time, so you don't need a ton of notes, okay? So you could say smart, knew a lot about mattresses, which we know, knew a lot about ergonomics. Okay. Ergonomics is basically healthy body posture and healthy furniture and equipment around you that supports the movement of the body. Okay, it's called ergonomics. So an ergonomically designed chair or ergonomically designed computer desk. Okay, so smart, experienced, knows a lot about ergonomics. Okay, good. So now we want to think about some quick vocabulary for mattresses, okay? So when you're shopping for a mattress, because you might be making this up, you might be using your imagination, what do you want to consider? What do you want to think about when you're thinking about mattresses? Okay, so what are the variables that, okay, so Beckjan says what it's made of, so materials. Okay. Cotton, wool, synthetic, silk, sure. Lots of different materials to make mattresses, gel, so on. Orthopedic, so Jaineel says design, yeah. Okay, this is where you can really pick up a lot of lexical resource marks, right? Layers, yeah. Price range, very good. Yeah, of course. Price, right? I still don't see one. Oh, there it is. Regivir says size. Yeah. How big is it? I think that's one of the starting points, right? For a mattress is size. How big is the size? Okay. The sizes you'll find are double. Okay, single, double. What comes after double? Single, double, twin. What comes after double and twin? Anybody know? I wonder if they're the same all over the world, the mattress sizes. Abhishek says queen and king. That's right. Queen and king is the bigger. And then if you want to go for the really big, you go for the California king. That's the biggest mattress you'll find in North America that's standard. It's called the California king. Okay. All right, so you've got the mattress size. All right, great. So now you've basically got all the information that you need to have a good little 2-minute mini speech. Okay. All right. We need one more step. It's your first sentence. So give me your first sentence. Give me the first sentence before the examiner says your 1-minute preparation time is up. Okay, again, make sure, students, that you're practicing this. I know we're taking a lot more time to do this in class, but at home you really need to get this process into that 1-minute time frame, okay? All the way from interpreting the question to figuring out what you need to talk about, to notes, to your first sentence. That all has to happen in 1 minute. My notes for these live classes are a little bit more detailed than what you would see. So in the real exam, you might have something like, so I'm going to take out anything that's unnecessary. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just, these parts here I just added so that it's a little bit more sensible. But basically, if I'm writing my notes in the real exam, then this is all I'm doing. Okay, so for some of you, like, well, I can't write that many notes. You wouldn't. You just write 2M slender dark blue. Okay, courteous door coffee. Enthusiastic, 5 mattresses. Empathetic, what you like. Or I would probably write what I like. Smart, ergonomics, mattress materials, cotton, wool, synthetic design, size, price. Okay, so that's all I would have. Right? Is that clear, everyone? So I know I'm quite detailed in my notes. That's just for the lesson purpose. It makes more sense. But in the real exam, you want to keep your notes very concise. Okay, very, very concise. All right. Meanwhile, I see that a lot of those first sentences have come up in the chat, which is fantastic. So Ferdov says, I would like to talk about a good sales lady who I met 2 months ago at the mattress shop near my apartment. Okay, good. So you're changing it to a sales lady. That's fine, Ferdovs. Sammy says, one of the best salespersons I met was John in the Pep's mattress showroom. Okay, Sammy, good. David says, 2 years ago, I had been suffering from constant stress and backache. That is the reason I decided to buy a new mattress at Sleep Country. And there I met the best mattress assessor, Bill. Sales rep, customer service agent, assessor, David, I'm not familiar using it that way. I think it's a bit awkward. I would go with customer sales rep or customer agent, salesman, salesperson. Okay, there's lots of ways to say it. Assessor, a little bit awkward. All right. Carolina says, a positive experience with a salesman was when I bought my mattress last December at Sleep Country. Yeah, Carolina, that works, okay? Finish off the idea, but that works. Beckjan says, the salesperson whom I had a positive purchase experience with at a mattress shop was John. Okay, last month, I had a great shopping experience with Bill, who is a salesman, at a mattress shop near my home. That's Victor. Victor, a couple of words are missing there. I filled those in, so pay attention for that. Hassan says, Bill is one of the most friendly salespersons that I had met at Mattress Market last month. I think a lot of your autocorrects are changing the word mattress to matters. Okay, mattress. Abhishek says, in December 2019, one of the best salesmen I met at Sleepwell Mattress Showroom in DLF Mall with my mom was named Bill Watson. Very good, Abhishek. Nice attention to detail. Okay. Oh, it says, when I had prepared for my baby room, I went to Queen Mattress to shop for a twin mattress. Okay, good. Rajveer says, Bill was a salesperson at Sleep Country Mattress with whom I had a positive shopping experience while shopping for a new bed. Yeah, if we don't want to say mattress again and again, we can switch it out with bed. Okay, that would be another way to do it. So one of the most positive shopping experiences that I had with a professional customer sales rep was about a year ago at Sleep Country Canada. I should be endorsing this. At Sleep Country Canada, when I was picking out a new bed, and I had the fortune of meeting Bill, the mattress guru. All right. So here we go. My first sentence. I'm ready to rock and roll. Having a good first sentence is really important. Not only will it help you to get a better mark and show the examiner that you have clarity on what you need to talk about and you're ready to go and you've practiced for this, but also it will give you confidence. It will give you a jump start so that you can start your response quickly. And then you want to maintain that momentum using your notes, okay? So it's like getting a push start, all right? So when the examiner says, okay, your 1 minute preparation time is up, please begin speaking. And as soon as that happens, so in that nanosecond, as soon as that happens, you say, one of the most positive shopping experiences that I had with a professional customer service sales rep was about a year ago at Sleep Country Canada when I was picking out a new bed, and I had the fortune of meeting Bill, the mattress guru. Okay, you can even do that for this kind of expression, Bill, the mattress guru. And then you keep going with that momentum. So right away you go into appearance, and then a little bit of personality, backed up by action, and then you start getting into the event, what actually happened there, okay? So keep the momentum, okay? Have a strong first sentence and keep the momentum. Keep rolling with it. So you want to be like a snowball coming off the top of a mountain in your speaking part 2. So you get that avalanche effect, okay? So Abhishek says he was 6'5" in height and around 80 kilos. So Bill is, right? Because people generally still are, unless they die, which hopefully they don't, they still are. So Bill is a tall man, around 2 meters, and slender. With dark hair, blue eyes, and a charismatic smile. Okay. He was very courteous from the get-go. He opened the door, welcomed me into the store, and offered me a hot cup of tea. Okay, so right away you're rolling with the punches. Keep writing, students, and I'm going to pick out useful sentences from you. Okay, Hassan says Bill is courteous and an informative person. He is about 195 centimeters, bulky dark hair, and has a unique professional garment that caught my eyes. That caught my eyes because that would be past tense, Hassan. It was not catching your eyes now, okay? So be really careful controlling your past and present in this case, okay? All right? So keep going. I'm going to keep looking back. He was extremely enthusiastic, especially after hearing me complain about my old mattress and my backache. Right away, he showed me 5 different orthopedic mattresses and explained their benefits. Okay. All right. Keep going. Okay, keep going. Rajveer says he's about 6 feet tall, 30 years old, blue eyes, wears a smile on his face. Yeah, with the describing what they look like, members, you want to keep that really concise. So it's almost like just bullet form. It's almost like the way that you write your notes. So he's 6 feet tall, 30 years old, blue eyes, wears a smile. Okay, so keep it really concise. Bakshan says, John is very courteous because as soon as possible, I went inside the Canada Bed Shop and he welcomed me with a big smile on his face and offered me a cup of cappuccino. Yeah, Beckjohn, cappuccino, not cappuccino coffee. It's understood. A cappuccino is a coffee. Okay, cappuccino. Or is a cappuccini coffee different? I think you mean a cappuccino. I'm not a big coffee guy, so. All right, Romaine says he's charming. South American accent immediately made the bargain agreeable. Okay, Romaine, I like conceptually what you're thinking, but I think it's also restrictive. So you're going from his personality to a closed deal right away. Okay, you have to be careful. You have to speak for 2 minutes. Go with the momentum, members, but don't close doors. So don't cut your speech. Don't give yourself dead ends. That can be very dangerous when you're talking and then you say something like, immediately, I was so fond of his charismatic smile that I bought a mattress from him and left the store. Boom, you just close the door, dead end. Now you have to kind of backtrack, open up the door again, give more information, and it becomes really tricky. So careful not to close doors, okay? Personality, action, event, don't close the doors to your ideas, okay? All right. So he was very empathetic to my needs, such as my small budget of $500 and my big desire to get a comfy king-sized bed. Okay? So all I'm doing here is I'm just going through my notes, visualizing, going through the ideas. Okay? Keep writing, students. Keep writing. I'm looking at what you're putting up there as well. Maksud says, furthermore, he knew a lot about ergonomics. He illustrated and explained the mattresses in clear ways and how they would benefit my posture. Okay? So eventually, he showed me a very well priced mattress that was great for my posture and even gave me a 20% discount. I was able to carry out good dialogue with him, and I'm sure that in about 5 to 6 years' time, when I need to get a new mattress, I will go back and check if Bill, the mattress guru, still has a helping hand to offer. All right. Okay, students, so now I'm about 90 seconds in for sure, depending on, of course, my fluency. I'm checking my card, I'm checking my notes, making sure that I'm not missing any important points, okay, making sure that I'm covering everything on the card, all right? Abhishek says, furthermore, he was very empathetic to my requirements, the type of mattress I was looking for, such as the materials, the price, and the size. Very good, Abhishek. A couple of small mistakes there, but I corrected those. Beckjohn says he was very empathetic as he immediately asked me for my price range and the mattress that I can afford. Beckjohn, that's a little bit repetitive. Price range and the mattress you can afford is the same idea, right? So he immediately asked me for my price range and give me new information, okay? Victor says, Bill was a clever salesman and possessed a lot of knowledge about ergonomics and explained to me about the positive sides of purchasing a mattress that helps body posture. Okay, Victor, simplify the end there a little bit. Romaine says, what's more, he allowed me to proceed on testing the texture of the beds I was interested in. Yeah. Sammy, he told me the prices for each one and the benefits. With his help, I could decide on the PEPS Spine Guard, which is a famous mattress for back support. Furthermore, he gave me a 15% discount and walked me through the purchase process. Yeah, very good. Okay. Oh, it says when I decided to choose one of the 5 mattresses, the price was around $500. After a bit of bargaining, he gave me a 15% discount, and he made me feel comfortable bargaining the price a bit. Okay, Ois? Yeah. Okay, some people, some salesmen make you feel comfortable when you're bargaining the price, make you feel uncomfortable when you're bargaining or negotiating the price. So that's a good one as well. Okay. All right, everyone. Just repeat after me here. One of the most positive shopping experiences that I had with a professional customer sales rep was about a year ago at Sleep Country Canada when I was picking out a new bed, and I had the fortune of meeting Bill, the mattress guru. Bill is a tall man around 2 meters and slender with dark hair, blue eyes, and a charismatic smile. He was very courteous from the get-go. He opened the door, welcomed me into the store, and offered me a hot cup of tea. He was extremely enthusiastic, especially after hearing me complain about my old mattress and my backache. Right away, he showed me 5 different orthopedic mattresses and explained their benefits. He was very empathetic to my needs, such as my small budget of $500 and my big desire to get a comfy king-size bed. Eventually, he showed me a very well-priced mattress that was great for my posture and even gave me a 20% discount. I was able to carry out good dialogue with him, and I'm sure that in about 5 to 6 years' time, when I need to get a new mattress, I will go back and check if Bill, the mattress guru, is still has a helping hand to offer. Okay, and now if you have some more time, you can expand. Okay, you can give some more details, maybe add some more personality characteristics, maybe talk about how well you've been sleeping on the mattress, maybe talk about how Bill followed up on the sale and sent you an email a few weeks later asking if you're happy with your purchase or if you'd like to take it back and exchange it for a different mattress. So lots more to go on there. Okay, students, that's great. You've done a great job, and I was pushing you a little bit to be faster here in the second half of the class as well, just because it's really important to work on fluency. Okay, so you want to not just think of good information, but you want to think of good information fast and then say it quickly, all right? That analogy of the snowball is really important, rolling from the top of the mountain. So for part 2, be that snowball, okay? Have that first sentence ready, and as soon as you start speaking, use your notes, use the questions like the slope of the mountain to gain momentum in your speaking. Okay, is that clear for everyone? Do you have that visually in your head when you're practicing? Okay, looks like everybody's got it. Let me check, says got it. Carolina says yep. Everybody says yeah, good. You're the snowball that turns into an avalanche of communication and speech, okay? All right, great job, members, and hopefully I'll see you in 30 minutes for some more reading practice, okay? Keep up the good work, and for everybody watching, definitely check us out at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. We've got lots and lots of help on those websites for you, so it's worth spending a couple dollars to save yourself headache and time. That's it for now. See you shortly. I'm Adrian from Budapest. Bye for now.